two sets of dinosaur fossils from the Jurassic period have been discovered in southwest China's Yunnan province.
Sometimes history gives us answers, but other times it leaves us with questions that science can't explain. These 20 discoveries aren't just about old ruins or lost cities. From cursed tombs to star maps made long before telescopes, they challenge everything we think we know. And if you stay until the end, it might change how you see history forever. Number 20. The Uluburun Shipwreck Curse, Turkey. Discovered in the late 1980s near the Turkish coast, the Uluburun shipwreck dates back to over 3,000 years. It carried precious cargo, gold, ivory, weapons, and ancient glass beads from across the Mediterranean, a floating museum of the Bronze Age. But not long after its excavation began, strange things started happening. Divers complained of terrifying nightmares like drowning, shipwrecks, even ancient chants of unfamiliar languages. Several researchers pulled out due to what they called an oppressive energy surrounding the project. While the official narrative chalks it up to stress and fatigue, some suspect the ship carried more than just artifacts, perhaps an old curse that didn't want to be disturbed. Number 19. Göbekli Tepe, Portal of the Gods, Turkey. At over 11,000 years old, Göbekli Tepe predates agriculture, writing, and the wheel, yet its massive stone pillars were arranged with architectural precision. Covered in carvings of snakes, lions, and other worldly figures, the site was mysteriously buried by its own builders. Why? Some researchers believe it wasn't just a religious center. It may have been a portal, a cosmic map, or even a stargate. The positioning of pillars suggests celestial alignments, and shamanic symbols hint at altered states of consciousness. It challenges everything we know about early humans, as if they were guided by something not of this world. Number 18. Nazca Lines, Messages to the Sky, Peru. From the ground, they look like random scratches in the desert, but from above, the Nazca Lines form giant hummingbirds, monkeys, and shapes that stretch for miles. These geoglyphs, made by removing reddish rocks to reveal white earth beneath, were created by the Nazca people over 1,500 years ago. Some scientists say they were ritual paths or astronomical calendars, but others noticed the eerie precision and massive scale, visible only from the air. Who were they meant for? Ancient astronaut theorists suggest the lines were landing strips or messages to beings in the sky. The Nazca left no written explanation, just these haunting symbols carved into the earth. Number 17. Oracle Bones, Prophecies in Bone, China. In ancient China, priests cracked turtle shells and ox scapulae to predict the future. These oracle bones bear inscriptions of wars, famines, and royal affairs, some of which eerily came true. Even more bizarre, modern analysts discovered bone markings that match historical events after the bones were found, suggesting the bones held knowledge beyond their time. The mysticism goes deeper. Certain bones seem to have been programmed with specific questions burned into them, using intense, focused heat. Skeptics call it superstition, but the precise outcomes recorded on these bones hint at something far more unsettling, an early form of divination that might have actually worked. Number 16. The Hypogeum Sound Chamber, Malta. The High Saflieni Hypogeum is a 6,000-year-old underground structure carved into limestone, and it hides a strange acoustic phenomenon. In one chamber, chanting in a specific frequency around 110 Hz, which causes the entire structure to vibrate. Listeners report hallucinations, dizziness, and an overwhelming sense of presence. Scientists measured the resonance and confirmed its psychological effects. Was it a coincidence? Or did Neolithic builders design the space for altered consciousness? Perhaps for rituals that connected them to other realms. Strangely, the resonance only works in the chamber meant for male initiates. Why this precision? And what are they trying to reach? Number 15. The Mayan Crystal Skulls, Mexico. Made from single blocks of quartz crystal, these skulls are said to be over 1,000 years old and impossible to recreate with ancient tools. The most famous, the Mitchell Hedges skull, was allegedly found in Belize in the 1920s. Its jaw is movable, and its optical precision baffles modern scientists. The skulls are linked to legends of healing, vision, and even death. A museum curator who kept one in storage reported electronics failing and staff falling ill. The Mayans believed crystal held spiritual power. But were these skull artifacts or instruments? Number 14. The Taos Cave and Metallic Library, Ecuador. In the 1970s, explorer Juan Morix claimed he discovered metallic plates with strange engravings in a remote cave system known as Taos. These plates, he said, formed an ancient library left by a forgotten race. The cave itself is massive, with geometric passageways that don't appear natural. Even astronaut Neil Armstrong joined an expedition to explore it. Indigenous tribes believe gods once lived there, but after Morix's sudden death, the metallic plates vanished and the cave's secrets remain buried. Was it a hoax or a cover-up? Number 13. The Singing Statues of Egypt, Luxor. The twin statues of Pharaoh Amenhotep III in Luxor are known as the Colossi of Memnon. For centuries, one of them was set to sing at dawn, emitting a high-pitched hum as the sun rose. Greek travelers believed it was the voice of a spirit or demigod trapped inside. Roman engineers later restored the statue and the singing stopped. Some believe the sound was caused by dew heating inside cracks, but no one could reproduce the effect. Was the statue communicating? And why did it stop when touched by modern tools? Number 12. Mohenjo-Daro and the Atomic Theory, Pakistan. When archaeologists unearthed Mohenjo-Daro, they found skeletons lying in streets holding hands. Frozen in panic, the city had no signs of warfare or natural disaster. Even more bizarre, some sites showed signs of vitrification like stone melted into glass. Radiation levels in certain areas were unusually high. Some theorists suggest an ancient nuclear explosion. The idea seems wild until you realize the city was planned with remarkable sophistication, water systems, grid layouts, and massive structures. Did this civilization master forces we don't yet understand? Number 11. Codex Gigas, the Devil's Bible, Czech Republic. The Codex Gigas is the largest medieval manuscript ever found, and it contains a full-page portrait of Satan. Legend says a monk sentenced to death made a deal with the devil to write the entire 620-page manuscript in one night. Researchers confirmed it was written by a single hand, using consistent ink and style. But completing it would have taken 20 to 30 years. The book also contains exorcisms, black magic rituals, and forbidden texts. Many believe it's cursed. Libraries that housed it often suffered mysterious fires or disappearances. Was it simply obsession or something darker? Number 10. The Anunnaki Tablets, Iraq. In the ruins of ancient Sumer, the cradle of civilization, archaeologists uncovered cuneiform tablets that tell a strange story. These writings describe the Anunnaki, sky gods who descended to Earth and created humans as a labor force. Some tablets even mention star systems and planetary movements unknown to ancient astronomy, like the existence of a 12th planet, Nibiru. These records predate Greek mythology and biblical texts by millennia. Were they myths or distorted memories of something real? The details are too precise and too advanced for comfort. Number 9. Celtic bog bodies and ritual magic, Northern Europe. Hundreds of bodies have been pulled from the peat bogs of Ireland, the UK, and Denmark, astonishingly preserved by the anaerobic conditions. But what unnerves archaeologists is how they died. Many show signs of triple death: strangled, stabbed, and drowned all at once. Jewelry and symbols were deliberately placed on or around their corpses. Some bodies had their nipples sliced, an ancient Celtic act of denying kingship. These were murders. They were sacrifices. But what were they offered? And why are some so perfectly intact, as if the bog itself was a part of the ritual? Number 8. The Shigir Idol, Russia. Found in the Siberian peat bog in 1894, the Shigir Idol is the oldest wooden sculpture ever discovered, about 12,000 years old, standing 9 feet tall. Its carved face stares with haunting geometric patterns running down its body. Some believe these represent a forgotten symbolic language or even an ancient code. What's more chilling, modern analysts shows the idol was carved with tools made of beaver jaws and tusks. No metals, no machines. But the carving is precise, symmetrical, and complex. What was it made for? Who was it meant to watch? Number 7. Rupkund Skeleton Lake, India. At 16,000 feet above sea level, Rupkund Lake is frozen most of the year, until summer reveals its darkest secrets. Hundreds of human skeletons lie at its bottom. Some are from the 9th century, other from the 19th. DNA shows they come from different ethnic groups, including Mediterranean and Southeast Asian lineages. Local folklore claims that goddess Nanda Devi rained death on those who defied her land. Science says a freak hailstorm may be responsible. But how do you explain such diverse groups dying in the same spot, centuries apart? Number 6. Witch bottles and cursed jars, Europe. In homes, under floors, and near doorways across England and parts of Europe, archaeologists began discovering strange jars filled with hair, nails, rusted pins, and human urine. These were witch bottles, made by early modern people to trap curses or demons. One such bottle, opened by a researcher in the 2000s, caused immediate nausea and headaches in everyone present. Lab tests showed nothing toxic inside. Was it psychosomatic, or had the curse stayed alive for centuries, waiting to be disturbed? Number 5. Dogu figurines, ancient spacesuits, Japan. Dogu, the clay figurines made during Japan's Jomon period. Some 5,000 years ago, their wide eyes, helmeted heads, and detailed armored bodies look startlingly like astronauts in suits. Ancient alien theorists claim these figures represent beings who visited from the stars. Mainstream archaeologists say they were fertility symbols. Yet no two are alike, and none depict human anatomy realistically. Were these simply artistic liberties, or was the artist trying to preserve a memory of something not human? Number 4. Senenmut's Star Map, Egypt. In the tomb of Senenmut, architect to Queen Hatshepsut, a stunning star map decorates the ceiling. It shows constellations, lunar cycles, and the orbits of planets. Most shockingly, it includes the position of 2 stars only discovered with telescopes in the 19th and 20th centuries. How did a man living 3,500 years ago know about stars invisible to the naked eye? Did he guess, or was he told? Number 3. Teotihuacan's liquid mercury and no tomb, Mexico. Beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent in Teotihuacan, archaeologists found hidden tunnels and chambers coated with liquid mercury, a toxic and shimmering substance believed to represent rivers of the underworld. Strange artifacts like rubber balls, carved jaguar statues, and even a miniature city model were found. But no royal tomb was ever discovered. Who built Teotihuacan? Its creators left no written language. Its disappearance is a mystery. Some say it was a gateway to the afterlife, others something more dimensional. Number 2. Longyu Caves, Impossible Architecture, China. In 1992, villagers in Zhejiang province discovered a massive system of hand-carved caves hidden beneath their land. There were no historical records, no signs of tools, and the work covering thousands of square meters was done with extreme precision. Every cave is symmetrical, with parallel chisel marks throughout, as if carved by machine. No debris was found. Where did the excavated stone go? And who created it, when even local dynasties had no idea it existed? Number 1. Knights Templar Initiation Cave, England. In 2002, a farmer in Shropshire discovered a hidden entrance behind a rabbit hole, leading to a vast underground complex. Inside were altars, crosses, and symbols linked to the Knights Templar, the mysterious warrior monks accused of heresy and secret rituals. The air was heavy, and walls blackened with soot. Some of the carvings resembled celestial beings, others more demonic. The site appears to have been used for centuries. But by whom? And what exactly were they summoning in the dark? These aren't just cracks in the earth, they're cracks in what we think we know. Science may brush off these mysteries as coincidence, but the truth lingers like ancient whispers in stone, wood, and bone. Which one of these gave you chills? Which still haunts your thoughts? Let us know in the comments for more deep dives into the unknown.